Studio microphone speech title. Versailles, the Palace of Dreams, Secrets of Paris's Royal Gem. Pushpin outline. Introduction, hook plus overview. History of Versailles. The vision of Louis XIV. Architectural marvels. Gardens of Versailles. Hall of Mirrors. Royal lifestyle and secrets. Marie Antoinette and the Petit Trianon. Versailles in the French Revolution. Modern-day Versailles. Versailles is a symbol. Visitor tips. Fun facts. Studio microphone. Have you ever walked through a place where every corner whispers stories of kings and queens, of revolution and romance, of luxury so grand it defies imagination? Welcome to Versailles, the most opulent symbol of power and art in French history. Nestled just outside Paris, the Palace of Versailles is more than a castle, it's an experience, a legacy, a masterpiece frozen in time. In this video, we're diving deep into the golden gates of this royal estate, unearthing its secrets, its grandeur, and its unforgettable legacy. So grab your seat, adjust your crown, because we're heading into the heart of royal France. The history of Versailles. Once a humble hunting lodge in the 1600s under Louis XIII, Versailles became the epicenter of absolute monarchy under his son, Louis XIV. The Sun King envisioned something bigger, a kingdom within a kingdom. By the late 17th century, Versailles was transformed into the dazzling palace we know today. It became the official royal residence in 1682, housing the king, his court, and more than 5,000 nobles and servants. Versailles wasn't just a home, it was a political tool, a golden cage where the nobility was kept close under the watchful eye of the monarch. The vision of Louis XIV. Louis XIV wasn't just a king, he was a master of branding. He called himself the Sun King, and centered Versailles around his symbol, the sun. Every corridor, every fountain, every marble statue echoed his presence. His goal, to make Versailles a visual display of absolute power. And he succeeded. The sheer scale, gold, and perfection of Versailles left visiting diplomats awestruck, and the French people both inspired and enraged. Architectural wonders. Designed by architects like Louis Lavaux and Jules Hardouin-Mansart, Versailles is a marvel of Baroque art and architecture. Think marble staircases, gold leaf ceilings, crystal chandeliers, and frescoes that tell stories of gods and glory. The palace has over 700 rooms, 1,200 fireplaces, and more than 2,000 windows. And each room, each hallway, was carefully crafted to impress, and to intimidate. The Gardens of Versailles. Now step outside, and behold a paradise that stretches for hundreds of acres, the Gardens of Versailles. Designed by André Lenotre, the gardens are an open-air sculpture gallery, with geometrically perfect paths, musical fountains, and mythological statues. From the Grand Canal to the Orangerie, every plant, every fountain, every turn is calculated to awe. Royal parties, firework shows, and boat rides made these gardens a playground of the elite. Hall of Mirrors. No visit to Versailles is complete without entering its crown jewel, the Hall of Mirrors, or La Galerie des Glaces. Imagine 357 mirrors reflecting sunlight pouring through 17 arched windows. It's a corridor of light, luxury, and legend. This was where Louis XIV held court, where Marie Antoinette danced, and where the Treaty of Versailles ended World War I in 1919. The hall isn't just a room, it's a symbol of both the height of French monarchy and the start of modern diplomacy. Royal life and scandals. Versailles wasn't just walls and gardens, it was alive with drama. Court life was governed by strict etiquette. Nobles would rise early just to help the king put on his stockings, literally. But behind the grandeur lay gossip, ambition, and scandal. Affairs, backroom deals, and power plays happened daily. Versailles was a golden theater, and everyone played a part. Marie Antoinette and the Petit Trianon. No story of Versailles is complete without Marie Antoinette. Young, fashionable, and controversial, she sought escape from court life in the charming Petit Trianon. There, she built a mock village, the Hameau de la Reine, where she dressed as a shepherdess and played at country life. Some saw it as innocence. Others as mockery. Her extravagance became symbolic of the monarchy's disconnect, and her end was as dramatic as her life. The Revolution and Fall. By the late 1780s, Versailles was no longer admired, it was resented. The opulence of Versailles clashed with the poverty of the people. In October 1789, a mob of women marched from Paris to Versailles, demanding bread. They stormed the palace, forcing the royal family to flee. The revolution had begun. Versailles, once a symbol of monarchy, became a museum of its demise. Modern-day Versailles. Today, Versailles is one of the most visited sites in France. It's not just a relic, it's a living museum. Millions walk its halls, tour its gardens, and marvel at its beauty. With restoration projects ongoing, Versailles is preserved not just as a French treasure, but as a World Heritage Site. And yes, you can even rent it for private events, including weddings. Symbolism and legacy. Versailles is more than bricks and gold. It's the story of power, pride, beauty, and downfall. It reminds us of the heights humans can reach, and the consequences of forgetting those below. It inspired palaces around the world, from Schönbrunn in Vienna to Peterhof in Russia. Versailles isn't just French, it's global. Fun facts. The palace uses over 700,000 liters of water a day for its fountains. Over 30,000 workers were involved in building it. Marie Antoinette's fake village even had a working dairy. Louis XIV staged ballets where he himself performed as Apollo, the sun god. Closing and call to action. So now you've seen the magic of Versailles, the gold, the gardens, the ghosts of glory. If you ever visit Paris, don't stop at the Eiffel Tower, step into a world where history breathes, where beauty rules, and where every stone tells a story. Movie Camera. If you loved this journey, smash that like button, subscribe for more royal tales, and tell us in the comments, what would you do if you lived at Versailles? Merci, and until next time, stay curious, stay royal. Would you like this as a downloadable Word or PDF document? Or want help adding visuals, script timings for YouTube editing?